Hello, welcome to Blue Dragon Healing. The other day, some of my gal pals were commenting they wish they were braver. And that just made me think, why don't I do a reading? Because these journeys we're on, as we move from 3D to ascending into who we're meant to be, can be a little scary, especially if we have to quit jobs or move. we get in our comfort zones, and if we're being pushed out of that comfort, it's very unnerving, and it can be a little scary. And there's moments we feel like we can't do it. We don't have the courage to do it. So that's what we're going to focus on. And the universe is quite excited about this reading. I don't know if you can see, there are several cards already flipped up, because as I was preparing for this reading, cards kept flipping, and they were all quite appropriate. What I like to do, I like to meditate on each set and just get in that energy of the topic that I want to focus on. And sometimes cards pop out, most times they don't. So what popped out of this animal spirit deck is a cougar, assertive. In silence, you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. So right off the bat, the universe is telling us we have it in us. We just have to believe it and get out of our heads and really go within and pull out that courage that is already there. So I actually want to leave this one out, but go ahead and pull for the reading. Need it for the reading. What animal energy does the universe want to pull out? Or I should say, what other animal energy, since we already have one, very appropriate. Let's do one more shuffle. See what we get. The raccoon, inventor. Decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. You have many roles and can juggle them well. Yeah, and that could be part of the lack of bravery that some may be feeling when we are making these changes. And there are always creative ways to get around things and to move into the directions we're being pulled to. The line that really stood out is the second one. You have the ingenuity to claim it. And yes, we must claim our bravery and push forward and really follow what our hearts are leading us to do and really push against those negative thoughts. I can't do it. And it's going to be so hard. Life is hard as it is. And it's a matter of changing our thinking and our habits. And that's probably where the hardest part comes from, is that our habits. We're stuck in our ways. And as we move forward, we have to learn to change our ways. So let's see what healing messages the universe has. And this deck, 2 fell out. Bluebell Fairy for gratitude, and Wizard of the Woods focus. Yeah, as we learn to be grateful for everything, we learn to become comfortable in our surroundings, and it helps bring in that focus that we need to push forward and overcome our fears. So let's get the reading healing message. Again, I want to leave those out. In the past, I've put the cards back in, but they're also appropriate. I really feel like they got to stay out. So what healing message do you have for us all to claim our bravery in finding that courage we need to push forward, to change, to grow, to become who we are, and shed the matrix lives we've had, shed our 3D selves. Thank you. Oh, I love the universe. It flew out, ancient oak spirit, strength. Strength, we find our bravery, and the strength is already inside us. In those moments, we feel we don't have the strength to push forward or find our courage. It's time to go to Source. Source will provide the strength we need and everything else that we feel we're lacking. And a lot of it is going inside and meditating and really connecting to that source power, to our higher selves and to our guides. And being that the tree fell out, maybe there's a tree friend you can talk to, or even just making contact with the tree, or sitting under the tree and meditating. Trees have so much knowledge that they just want to share, having witnessed so much of human history. The answers could be found there as well. So let's do some deeper dives on this pile. Let's see. Please give us more on gratitude, focus, and strength. It's easier just going with the card names rather than the titles. Gratitude, focus, and strength, please. 3 cards. We can do a deeper dive. do one more shuffle. We have 4 of Wands, Ace of Wands, and Queen of Swords. Yeah, so finding that balanced, I want to say happiness inside us will help us cut out the negative thinking, the negativity going on inside us to push us forward on our new journeys that we are on, and help us find that courage. And if you want to take the Queen of Swords energy, she doesn't take any BS. So calling that energy to us as well would really empower us in those moments of doubt or moments of fear, and pull us into that stability, that stable mind frame that we need to push forward on this new journey of the unknown. And let's do some clarifiers on the 4 of Wands, Ace of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. And since the Queen of Swords came out, she's my favorite queen. I'm just drawn to that card, aside from the Empress. Oh, we got 2, cool. Let's get one more. For the 4 of Wands, Ace of Wands. Okay, you want to vote? I don't want to take 3. Only one more, please. So what fell out was the King of Cups, 3 of Wands, and 2 of Pentacles. So yeah, a big part is finding that self-love and giving ourselves that love first, and knowing it's okay to put ourselves first sometimes. And what's this other one? 3 of Wands. Yeah, to push us forward on our journeys. We need to be balanced within ourselves to really expand on our abilities and for them to grow. And that begins with self-love, that full cup of love that the King holds, and giving it to ourselves before anybody else. And that's part of the journey that we are on, is finding that inner love. And in so doing, we find the strength we need, the bravery we seek to get through the choices we have to make, and to help us balance. Because we're still in a 3D world, even though we are ascending to 5D and higher, we still need that balance. And putting ourselves first will help us find it. So I'll go to the Oracle deck, and what flew out of this one as I was preparing is her big day. Yeah, which is so appropriate since it was 3 female friends who were talking about wanting to be brave or be braver. And this is coming into our own power, our divine femininity. And then the dragon deck, this fell out, divine feminine. So part of finding our strength and our courage and our bravery is finding ourselves and claiming our divine femininity and saying it's okay to be these divine feminines, and on the opposite end, the divine masculines. But these are just so appropriate since it was female friends, and just claiming it, not letting the world say, oh, you're too girly, or I mean, because that's not what being a divine feminine's about. It's having that self-love, that full self-love, which gives you the confidence and the bravery to push through the world, no matter what you do, whether you stay in the 3D or you want to ascend into the 5D. And it's not listening to what anybody says and just following your heart and knowing what you want and what you don't want, and not putting up with any of the bullshit. And again, the Queen of Swords energy comes up. So let's go ahead and see what else the universe wants to say from this deck. Well, go ahead and okay, I was going to say, we'll go ahead and take 2, but no, I'm hearing no 3, you got to do 3. So 2, 3. One more shuffle. As they all want to come out. I guess it's that kind of day. Oh, maybe it's the Mercury retrograde. Mercury and Venus are in retrograde right now. And I don't really know the full astrology of it, but I was told we can expect some confusion. So you may want to ground yourselves during this time period. So the first one is fly. Hope you can see that. It's a little dark down here. But yeah, letting go and going with the flow and just spreading those wings and flying, fly with the experience of these changes we're going through, of whatever life throws at us, and learning from our past experiences that may have put us in those boxes of doubt and fear that we feel we aren't brave or we can't do it. Letting go and learning from those moments and shutting them and being free to just fly out of that cage, the box. And then we have surprise date. We don't know what the future holds. We don't know anything. When reader I like to watch, he's always referring to Back to the Future, how is it Doc? Tells Marty you don't want to know too much of your future because you can screw it up. So yeah, not worrying too much about the future, learning from the past, living in the present, and learning from the present, and just really doing your work to open the doors to your destiny, whatever that destiny is. Some of us do know our soul missions, and that's fantastic, but we don't need to know what lies ahead. And it's probably better that way. And I think this is the universe saying surprise date. Leave it up to the universe to give you those surprises, those unexpected victories, and even unexpected lessons in the moments that we perceive as failures, but are really lessons for us to learn. And lastly, lesson, as I was saying, yes, this life is one long lesson. And what we don't learn, we are bound to repeat. And sometimes it's so subtle we don't even notice it until it blows up in our face the second, third, fourth time around. So I'm being more cognizant of our experiences, and maybe even in those moments, fear and doubt, when we're wondering where our strength lies, our bravery, where it is, pausing in those moments and looking to see, okay, what situation am I in right now? What has me fearing? What has me doubting myself? And if you can point it out and say, oh, I get it, then you've learned a lesson. And next time you find yourself in the same or similar situation, you'll know how to fix it and find that courage, that bravery, and you'll push through it like second nature, like just breathing. So let's check out this deck here. Any other, oops, that's cut. Of any other advice on, okay, I'll take that. I told you these cards are just flying out and also relevant, and we have source. Call on source, the strength you need, the bravery you seek. Whenever you have your doubts, look to source. And a lot of times it's going into that meditation, going within, grounding yourself. But sometimes we don't have time to do that. So immediately just take a deep breath and just, even if you can't yell it out in your head, yell it, help, please. And the help will be there, and you'll find whatever it is you're feeling you're lacking. I love that. So awesome. Oh, let me put that there. So we all know what time it is. Dragon time. For any Final words from Dragon, other the previous very appropriate, wonderful word of divine feminine. What last message do you have for the collective, for my beautiful friends who feel they lack bravery and what can we focus on? Okay, one more shuffle. The healer. Yeah, so doing our inner healing, which helps us learn that full self intimate love, which draws in all those attributes we crave: being brave, being strong, being courageous. And in turn, we emit that energy and we're able to feed it to others, particularly our love. This universe is all about cycles. What we give out, we bring in. So keeping our vibrations high, giving our love freely, it all comes back, and it begins with healing ourselves. And as we do our inner healing, we start to see the physical healing happen as well. And physical ailments often cause what we feel we lack. And as we heal both inner and outer, we realize we don't lack. And that's where the gratitude comes in. So, yeah, let's be grateful for everything and call in that healing to our work, our inner work, not just learning to love ourselves, but doing our shadow work. And really, shadow work isn't like shaming yourself for bad habits or addictions. It's learning to cope with them and learning how to, I don't want to say control them, but balancing them. Because we can't have the light without the dark. And we've been taught that shadows are bad, but we still need that balance. So I hope this message resonated with you. As always, take what applies, discard what doesn't. And I wish everybody, especially the three that prompted this reading, that you do find what you're looking for and you don't doubt yourself, because these three beautiful ladies, they are fantastic, and we don't always recognize our value until we do our healing. So I send you all my love and wish you so much luck and success on your journeys. Until next time.